Hello, Jacob here. Watching some preseason football on NFL Network and previewing the next Minnesota Vikings preseason game. This week we take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And first overall pick, Jameis Winston. By the way, shout out to all the Buccaneer fans on YouTube, both TTC and non-TTC. And with that being said, let's get on to my quick hits. Well, obviously, Jameis Winston. How does our defense play against Jameis? Because at Florida State, from what I've noticed, he's pretty good. Then again, at the same time, though, does his game translate to the NFL? Because if he's anything like he was at Florida State, football-wise, watch out, because he's going to make some noise this year. I don't necessarily know if he will, overtake the rest of the NFC South necessarily, but again, the NFC South is one of those divisions that's pretty much wide open. So, with all that being said, it'll be interesting to watch how that shakes out this year. Obviously, Carolina's the presumed favorite, even though they all finished under 500, and, yeah. So, be interesting to see how that ends up. And also interested to see how Trey Waynes looks, because it didn't go so well for him on Sunday. And now, before I continue on here, for all the Vikings fans that are saying off with his head and kick him off now and this and that and the other thing, really? Really, people? You're already judging just by one little preseason game? You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot that I need to see from him just because, again, another young corner, raw talent, who hasn't really had the chance to show what he can do. So, again, it'll be interesting to see how well he does tonight against the Tampa Bay receivers, who they're not slouches, let's put it that way. It's just now if they can actually get the quarterback, they have the height, like Vincent Jackson, Mike Evans, and, they have a pretty good defensive line, too, so it'll be interesting to see how our offensive line does against them. And also another thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is, again, how does that linebacker spot look? Because Gerald Hodges is even slipping into that middle linebacker discussion. And again, it'll be interesting to see who the Vikings all cut, and all this and that and the other thing, as well as, who shines again, who steps up yet again, and who fizzles. And speaking of fizzling, brings me to my next point of emphasis, Cordarrelle Patterson. How does he look? Because he's slowly but surely basically digging himself out of Minnesota at this point, because there's a lot of depth at the Vikings receiving corps. So if he doesn't step it up, he's going to be gone probably sooner rather than later. But that's not to say, he can't improve, because if he can improve, watch out, boys and girls. That's just another weapon to add to our arsenal. So, interesting to see what he can do, and this and that and the other thing. So, yeah, really not a whole lot else to say. Also, hopefully the Vikings can step it up, because from what it sounded like Thursday, Zimmer was not too happy with his boys. Yeah. So, hopefully that lights a fire under their ass, and we can go out there and get our stuff done. So, again, until we meet again, this is Jacob, and really not a whole lot else to say, other than let's go Vikings, and we'll see what happens. So, until we meet again, this is Jacob, signing out. And also stay tuned, as I do have a jersey pickup soon, and I move back to college on Monday for band camp, so I will kind of do a little bit of a tour of what my new surroundings look like, because that's where the bulk of my Vikings / pickup videos from now until probably around Christmas time will be filmed. So, again, this is Jacob signing out.